a lot of girls have made that comment that like women are more emotionally mature than men and all this other crap. I think women are not more emotionally mature. They simply peak sooner than men because the things they are valued for are given to them at birth and have a finite shelf life, right? Their beauty, their youth, their fertility, etc. It's not that you guys are more emotionally mature. It's just that you guys peak sooner than we do, and you guys conflate that with maturity. But the reality is, you're peaking maturity. Your maturity is peaking from a sexuality perspective, not from a cognitive perspective. That's number one. Number two. Women are way more emotionally unstable than men are, right? For example, when women have their periods, etc., and cramps and everything, menstruation, and they're pissed off and they're having PMS, society just, oh, okay, yeah, she's just on her period. Yeah. But if a guy acts emotional and is acting all feminine, etc., he's rightfully made fun of, he's insulted. So I would argue women are more emotionally unstable, and society reinforces their ability to be emotionally unstable because they can blame it on their hormones. Versus a man, if he's emotionally unstable and acts like a bitch, he's made fun of for it. So and rightfully so. Men are supposed to be stoic and be able to control themselves because we're looked at as the leaders. So I don't think women actually mature sooner than men. I think it's just that you guys peak sooner sexually and you conflate that with being more mature. But the reality is that we're not held to the same standard. For example, you gave the example a second ago, right?
Yeah. Of your brother.
My brother is a bum because he stays at home. But if we flip the roles and we said that you were staying at home,
I'm a good girl at home.
But that could still be a
you would actually gain value by being at home, and you would be looked at as a higher. Hell, people might actually like it better.
I would feel like a loser because I'm not like
doing anything.
Spreading my wings and like getting out there in the world.
Stop. How you feel and what's real are two different things. You might feel like a loser, but from a male perspective, when we look at a girl and we see that she's at home with her family, etc., we will look at that woman with higher regard than a woman that's in the workforce. So if we flip the roles of you and your brother, you would instantly gain more value and he would gain more value, but it's because we're not held to the same standard. So I think men are just held to a higher standard when it comes to performance. And then
I feel like that's an interesting perspective because there are some people who.
One other thing. There was one other thing I was going to say as well, as far as shit, I lost my train of thought. Go ahead. You were going to say?
I was going to say I feel like part of that is a perspective because I've definitely come from a upper socioeconomic family, and both female and male friends of mine have stayed at home, and it's not like, oh, you're a loser, you're staying at home. It's like, yeah, well, you better be fucking working your ass off and saving money and living at home and doing your duty as a son or daughter living at home so that you can save money and get your bag, invest, like buy properties. So like I think part of it is a perspective.
We're talking about somebody that's not doing shit at all, like at home not doing shit.
I mean, she didn't say he wasn't doing shit.
No, I'm not saying that either. Yeah, I'm not saying
like
that
he wasn't not doing shit. She didn't say anything. She just said he was staying at home.
He's just still at home. Yeah, and I would I want more for him. That's all.
Yeah, I was like, that's fair.
But that's
I think
because
that's a social thing.
Hold on. But that's because there is a double standard that we need to speak about. Like men are expected to perform. Women, if they perform, is great. But no one's expecting you to perform. If you're pretty enough, a lot of the times you don't have to perform anything. So, and the other thing I was going to say was, too, this might be a little bit more of a controversial take, but I've always said this. I don't think women really mature until they start buying their own drinks at the bar. And the reason why I say that, and I'll tell you why, where that quote comes from. That I say that quote because when a woman understands that her sexual market value has now diminished and she's not able to have the same gravitas towards men and demand certain resources and treatment and expectations, well, now she's like everyone else. She's got to work for her own drinks. She's got to actually have some charm. She's got to have some pizzazz. She's got to take care of herself. She's got to bring more to the table than just her beauty. So what I've noticed, and the most rational women that I've found, it's one of two things. It's either A, they come from a strong household where the father taught them, or a strong brother, where they taught them how the world really works, or B, an older woman that's been on the dating marketplace for a bit, lost her lust a bit, and now she's paying for her own drinks, and she woke up and realized, holy shit, my money, my income, my status doesn't matter to men because it doesn't matter. And she's paying for her own drinks. Like, that's when I've seen women actually mature and understand what men want. When a girl's hot and pretty and etc., she doesn't have to give a fuck what men want because the men want her. If you're in a position where everyone wants you and you don't have to try, why would you be incentivized to care what they want in return? Think about that.
I think that still ends up happening when you get older. Is like there are still women who don't care what men want.
Of course, there's some.
That's the trend that's happening. Is like women are like, okay, you know what? I still don't need a man. Like
but here's the thing. Like that lasts for so long until they realize, damn, this sucks being when my cat's alone at 35 years old. Let me kind of figure out what men want, and then they fucking wake up and realize, holy shit, they don't care about my career. They don't care about my education. They don't care about any of this stuff. And then they wake up.
They're coping though. Cause to be real with you, at that point, they're like, you know what? I'm gonna be independent still and not have a man. But like you said earlier, time passes. Like, wait, hold on. What I have to show for it?
They're the culprit. They acquiesce.
I don't think like everyone needs to be in a relationship though.
No,
like,
I agree with you.
Totally don't think from both genders that everyone should be or like needs to be in a relationship.
I disagree. I think women need to be in a relationship, and I'll tell you why.
Just with the right.
Because you guys, right?
That's a good comment.
I think women need to be in relationships because women need leadership. What I've realized is a chick that's, you know, without instruction, she's headed for destruction. Women are not good at leading anything.
Like,
you know?
I make impulsive decisions.
You guys are like, and I don't mean this to be an asshole or whatever, but if we're gonna look at things very objectively, women are inept at most things. They're just not as good as men. They're not as good decision makers. They're not as strong. They're not as well versed in certain things. You know, of course, there's some girls that are, but that's a minority. If we take a majority of men and a majority of women, a majority of men are superior to a majority of women. That's just what it is in a multitude of different things. So I think women need that male authority in their life, and they need that leadership. If it doesn't come from their brother or their father, it needs to come from their man, but they need that male authority.
And you described it, even you said you come from an upper middle class place in Colorado. Who's the one instilling that idea in the home that you need to go and save money, stay here, get your bag up before you move out?
I mean, it's both my parents. Like, I grew up with doctors. Like, they're very indifferent parents. I didn't get advice. I just got like, this is like what we do.
But do you think your mother would have that mentality without your father?
100%.
How would she get the mentality if she was single?
Some women are just
that.
built that way.
Yeah, I was like, she had that. She grew up in a military family.
Okay, so she came from a masculine background. The military is a masculine place.
Yeah.
That is,
Wait, what does your mom do versus what does your dad do? Who's the breadwinner?
My mom was an emergency room surgeon, and my dad is a child and adolescent psychiatrist.
So who's the breadwinner?
Your mom.
My mom was. She's retired now, and my dad has a private practice, so he still makes good money.
Ah. So her mom was.
It's really
that
equal.
whole...
They just make a shit ton, but it's equal for the most part.
Wait, I don't get it. If you have rich parents, why are you on OnlyFans?
Because I don't take dip in anything. Gotcha, bitch! And it's not really like at that time I was like pursuing being an entrepreneur and being a personal trainer, and I really enjoyed that. So
You gave up
I was
quick.
also doing. No, I still got my degree and as a CPT and all that stuff, but I didn't enjoy training people. So I enjoyed like training myself and like bodybuilding. I was an athlete and all that stuff. So I just followed a passion and it didn't work out. So I said no to a business decision that wasn't smart.
Well, you still are training people. You're training their forearms.
Different type of training. Yeah.
But I don't get it. I heard earlier, before I was in the band room, you said that you have a job that makes more than your OnlyFans?
Yes.
So why do the OnlyFans? I don't get
Because I want to still supplement that income and be able to reach all my goals plus like have a lifestyle. So I use it just for extra money, like all investing, like all travel, all goals, like anything I want to do with my man, anytime I want to visit my parents, like I don't fuck around.
Wait, so you visit?
Yeah, that's why I moved to Miami. What the fuck?
You
Like,
visit your family with OnlyFans money?
yes,
What do you do on OnlyFans?
I do it all on OnlyFans.
Oh man. Why, so your dad's around?
Yeah.
And you came from an upper middle class white home with the picket fence and a golden retriever, and you do OnlyFans?
Yep.
Popping that.
When did you decide to do that?
Yeah, no, hold on, Chico. They're very mature. That's her choice that she made. She's very mature, bro. Come on, relax.
It was a mature decision.
I know.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Controversial take. This is why I think men need to be the breadwinners and women shouldn't work, because
Right.
they make really bad decisions like that. No offense. Like if your boyfriend, right? Like you guys been together for like 2 years. There's no reason you should be working. Like if it's a serious relationship, like he should just be taking care of you and you just
Unless you want to.
sit at home and don't do anything. Like you should be chilling or helping him with what he has going on. This is why I'm such a big proponent
I did do
of women
that.
staying at home and not working, because when they do work, a lot of the times, and with all due respect, but a lot of women just tend to be lazy. And they
did
don't
do
want
what?
to do. They don't want to do certain jobs.
What did you say?
So
I did help him make money. I actually hired him, and he worked for me when we were first dating.
there we go.
So
There we
you're
go.
recreating that household
then-
with your relationship.
There we go. She's the boss,
Again,
bro.
yeah.
She's the boss.
Yeah, she's
There
the
you go.
boss.
Yeah, and this is
He
proof.
is now the breadwinner of our household.
Your mom. You see, this is why like you need to have the men in charge, because when women are in charge, you end up being a prostitute on the side. Like at least commit full
I mean,
time.
sleeping with people in person is being a prostitute and getting paid for it. I don't sleep with
Getting
people in
paid to-
person.
Well, you sell your body for money.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Online.
No, it's not.
What do you sell?
It's
getting
not,
paid
girl. It's
to-
not the same. Fucking someone in
for
person.
money
You're 20,
is
girl. You're 20. You
But-
couldn't even
Fucking
vote the
somebody-
last campaign.
So
Like
what do you
Fucking
sell?
somebody for money.
fucking somebody for
What you call
money
fucking
in
somebody for
person,
money?
honey. Fucking
that's
somebody
some
and
shit.
money for
Okay.
person is not the same thing as being online.
You're still selling pussy,
You're selling
right?
coochie.
Honey, yes, but
Okay,
that's
so
not the
it's the
same
same
thing as fucking someone in person.
She's agreeing with you, but you're not understanding it. The whole point is that
No,
you're
I'm not.
selling your body. No, you're making a good point.
Okay.
You're selling your body for money on the side.
Do you think it's something that would
Yes.
affect you in the long run? Like, do you think it'd be something that
Like,
you'd
do you
regret
think-
when you turn like 35?
So I've definitely like worked jobs where it did affect me. Like it affected my job status. Like I lost a condo. Like I lost a house. Like I've experienced like what it's like being on the other side of it and realizing like okay, like what
On what
what
grounds
is
did
it
they not
worth
give you
to
a condo?
me?
That's weird. On what grounds they didn't give you a condo?
That's crazy.
Because I lost the job, so I didn't get the loan. So if you don't have a
Oh.
job, if you don't have like a W-2, you can't get the loan.
They're being
Oh.
sexist against you. That's not cool.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
that.
Okay, because you lost the job because of OnlyFans,
Yeah.
and then as a result, okay.
Yeah, someone's wife saw my Instagram, got very jealous, and then after getting a raise, the next day I got let go.
So it was the woman's fault because she was emotionally manipulated
It
by
was
your
her fault.
selling your sex.
Yes, it was her fault.
See, or would you describe your boyfriend and your dad as like masculine people?
My boyfriend and my dad. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't want to group my boyfriend and my dad together, but I would describe them as masculine people.
Have they ever expressed shame?
Yeah.
So why
But
did you
I
stop?
think that's normal to have shame come from your parents, not from just doing sex work, just from being a human and fucking up and disappointing them. I think shame can come in a lot of different ways.
Right, but when you shame your parents, usually you're supposed to try to stop those actions. If you're giving shame to your home, why don't you stop?
I mean, it's my life. It's not like shame on my household, like some fucking weird ass shit. Like my parents are still gonna live. They're still gonna make money. Like it's their decision to let me back into their life and like be in my life as well. Like they expressed that no, they weren't okay with me like doing this in their house, but they never told me like I'm disappointed in you.
Let me
like,
guess, did
you
your-
should feel bad about yourself.
Did
Like
your
it's
dad-
not about that.
Did your father vote for Joe Biden?
He did.
I knew it. See, this is exactly the liberal ideology is emotionally
She's from
manipulated.
Denver. She's from Denver.
I know, but that's like
She's from
50%.
Denver.
It's still pretty close in Colorado.
Denver's pretty woke, man.
Yeah, but they're white people. And still,
They're woke.
Colorado
white people in
voted.
middle America still voting for Joe Biden. This is proof. Like, if you vote for Joe Biden, your daughter's going to go on the
Denver's
left.
pretty liberal, man.